Namaskaram, my dear ones. If I tell you in just 1 week you can become unrecognizable not just to others, but to yourself, would you believe me? Not by changing your clothes, not by putting on a mask, but by transforming the very way you exist, the very way you breathe, walk, think and live. Most people live their entire lives trapped in the same patterns, the same struggles, the same limitations. But what if I tell you there is another way? In the next 7 days, if you truly commit, you will become powerful beyond recognition. Not because you gain power over others, but because you gain power over yourself. Let's start with something very fundamental, not in 1 year, not in 1 month, but in just 7 days you can become a version of yourself that even you will not recognize. But remember, this is not magic, this is simply a way of living consciously. Are you willing to step into this? Are you ready to be powerful? Imagine this, you wake up in the morning and the first thing you do is reach for your phone. Notifications flood your screen, messages, emails, news, social media updates. Instantly, before you have even taken your first conscious breath of the day, your mind is filled with noise. Your thoughts are already scattered, reacting, responding, worrying. You haven't even stepped out of bed and the world has already invaded your peace. Now pause for a moment and ask yourself, who is in control here? You or the world? If your mind is being hijacked the moment you wake up, how can you ever expect to have true power over your life? This is how most people live, constantly reacting, never truly acting. They let the outside world dictate their inner state. One notification can change their mood. One piece of news can disturb their entire day. One opinion from someone else can make them doubt themselves. They are not in command of their own minds, their own emotions, or their own existence. But what if just for 1 week you decided to do things differently? What if instead of grabbing your phone first thing in the morning, you sat in silence? What if before the outside world could influence you, you took a moment to influence yourself? Let's take a simple example. Imagine a powerful king. A true king does not wake up and immediately check what the people are saying about him. He does not run around seeking approval or reacting to every little thing. No, a king rises with grace. He takes his time. He sits with himself first. He sets the tone for the day. And only then does he step into the world fully prepared, fully conscious, fully in command. Why? Because he understands that true power is not about reacting to everything, it is about choosing what deserves his attention, his energy, his focus. Now look at your own life. Are you acting like a king or are you acting like a servant to the world? If you truly want to become powerful, so powerful that people start noticing the shift in you, so powerful that even you feel the transformation, you must take back control. And the simplest way to do this, start your day in silence. For 1 week, the moment you wake up, do not touch your phone. Do not rush into conversations. Do not flood your mind with distractions. Instead, sit with yourself. Breathe deeply. Observe your thoughts. Move your body with awareness. Set an intention for the day. You will see something remarkable happening. At first, your mind will resist. It will crave distractions. It will feel uncomfortable in silence. But if you stay with it, something will shift. You will start feeling a sense of calm that you have never felt before. Your mind will become clearer. Your thoughts will become sharper. Your presence will become stronger. And here is where the real power begins. When you step into your day with this clarity, with this command over yourself, you will notice that the world starts responding to you differently. People will sense something different about you. They won't know exactly what it is, but they will feel it, your presence, your depth, your inner strength. Just like the king who commands respect without demanding it, you will find that your energy speaks louder than your words. Let's take another example. Imagine 2 people entering a meeting. One of them has rushed in, barely awake, mind scattered from social media, emotions unstable from morning distractions. The other person, however, has started their day in silence, in awareness. They have taken time to center themselves. When they enter the room, they are fully present. They listen deeply before they speak. Their words carry weight because they are not just reacting, they are choosing their responses carefully. Who do you think will be more respected? Who do you think will have more influence? Power is not about how loud you are. It is about how centered you are. And this simple shift, starting your day in silence instead of chaos, can transform everything. But here's the secret. This is not just about mornings. This is about life. If you can master the first moments of your day, you can master the rest of your day. If you can command your thoughts and emotions in the morning, you can command them throughout the day. And when you can do this every day, you become unstoppable. Most people will never do this. They will continue waking up in reaction mode, letting the world control them. But if you are willing to make this change, Even just for 1 week, you will see something extraordinary. You will wake up feeling powerful instead of powerless. You will walk into every situation with confidence instead of hesitation. You will speak with clarity instead of confusion. And without saying a word, people will start noticing. They will look at you and wonder what has changed. Why do you seem so different? Why do you seem so powerful? And you will know the answer. Because you no longer wake up as a servant to the world. You wake up as the master of your own existence. That, my dear ones, is true power. Try it for 1 week. And watch yourself become unrecognizable. Imagine this: you wake up in the morning and your body resists. It wants to stay in bed, hit snooze and avoid the day ahead. Your body dictates your actions, your emotions and your choices. You feel sluggish, tired and unmotivated. By the time you finally get out of bed, the day has already started controlling you, instead of you taking charge of the day. Now think of a wild horse, powerful, full of energy but untamed. If left unchecked, it will run wildly, wasting its energy, going nowhere. But if trained, if guided with purpose, that same horse can become a force of unstoppable strength and direction. Your body is just like that. If you don't take command of it, it will control you. It will demand unhealthy food. It will crave laziness. It will resist discipline. And then one day you will wonder why your mind feels weak, why your emotions are unstable, why your confidence is low. It all begins with how much control you have over your own body. Let me give you a simple example. Have you ever noticed how your body reacts when you sit with a straight spine versus when you slump over? Try this now. Sit up tall, expand your chest and take a deep breath. Immediately you will feel more alert, more in control. Now slouch your shoulders, drop your head and breathe shallowly. You will feel weak, tired and unsure. Your body is like a tool. If you wield it with strength, you will feel strong. If you let it fall apart, you will feel weak. Now, look at the most powerful people in the world. Do they move sluggishly? Do they walk lazily with no awareness? No, they walk with intention. They move with precision. Their posture speaks before they even say a word. So for the next 7 days, I want you to take full command of your body. When you wake up, do not laziness win. Get up with purpose. Stretch your body, take deep breaths, feel your strength. When you walk, walk with confidence. Move like you are in control, not like you are lost. When you sit, sit tall. When you eat, eat with awareness. Choose foods that give you energy, not foods that make you sluggish. This is not about punishing your body. This is about respecting it. Because your body is the only vehicle through which you experience this life. If you treat it with power, it will return power to you. Let me share a simple but powerful story. There was once a man who was struggling with self-doubt. No matter what he did, he felt small, invisible and weak. One day he visited a wise teacher and asked, "How do I become confident? How do I stop feeling so weak?" The teacher looked at him and said, "For 1 week, I want you to walk like a king. Do not change anything else. Just walk like a king. Shoulders back, head high, every step firm." The man was confused but followed the instruction. He walked differently, sat differently, moved with purpose. By the end of the week, something inside him had changed. He no longer felt weak. He no longer felt invisible. He had not learned new words, he had not changed his clothes, but he had changed something far more important, his presence. This is the power of commanding your body. You don't have to wait for confidence to come. Move as if you already have it, and your mind will catch up. Now, let's take this deeper. Have you ever seen a lion in the wild? A lion does not move with hesitation. It does not act nervously. Even when it is resting, it is aware. Even when it is still, it holds power. This is how you must be. Every step, every movement, be conscious. Do not drag your feet as if you are exhausted by life. Do not sit as if you are defeated. Do not breathe as if you are barely surviving. For 1 week, rise before the sun. Move your body, stretch it, strengthen it. Stand tall. Walk with purpose. And when you do this, you will notice something incredible. People will start looking at you differently. Not because of what you wear, not because of what you say, but because of the energy you carry. Most people walk through life like they are apologizing for existing. They hesitate. They shrink. They do not take up space. But you, if you want to be powerful, must do the opposite. Take up space. On the ground beneath you. On the air around you. Move as if you belong, because you do. And here's the real secret. When you master your body, you master your emotions. When your body is strong, your mind becomes strong. When your body is disciplined, your thoughts become disciplined. And when your body moves with power, your entire being radiates power. So, my dear ones, do not be a prisoner of your own body. Do not let it control you. Take command, take control, and watch how your entire world transforms. For 1 week, just 1 week, do this. Command your body, move with intention, walk with power. And soon you will not recognize the person you have become. Most people believe discipline is a burden. They think it is a prison, a restriction, something that takes away their freedom. But have you ever noticed? The most undisciplined people are also the most frustrated. They wake up late, rush through their day, feel unproductive, and go to bed exhausted only to repeat the same cycle again. They eat without control, waste time on distractions, and let their emotions dictate their actions. And what happens? They feel powerless. They say they want success, they want confidence, they want transformation, but when it comes time to do the work, they hesitate. They procrastinate, they choose comfort over growth. And then they wonder why they are stuck. Now, let me tell you something that might shake you. Indiscipline is suffering. Most people don't realize it, but the more undisciplined you are, the more you suffer. The more structureless your life is, the more chaotic your mind becomes. The less control you have over your daily actions, the less control you have over your destiny. Let me give you an example. Imagine two warriors. One trains every single day. He sharpens his sword, strengthens his body, prepares his mind. The other warrior sleeps late, eats without control, and only practices when he feels like it. Now, when the real battle comes, who do you think will win? Life is the same way. Every day is a battle. Every moment you are either preparing for greatness or preparing for failure. Discipline is not suffering, it is the path to true freedom. Think of a musician. If they want to play effortlessly, they must practice relentlessly. If they are disciplined in their craft, they can pick up any instrument and create magic. But if they are lazy, if they only practice when they feel like it, they will always struggle. The same is true for your life. If you wake up whenever you feel like it, eat whatever your impulses crave, and move only when forced, you are setting yourself up for struggle. But if you build discipline, if you create a powerful structure for your day, suddenly everything becomes easier. Most people don't want to hear this. They want shortcuts. They want motivation, not discipline. But let me ask you, have you ever relied on motivation to do something? It comes and goes like the wind. One day you feel like taking action. The next day you don't. And so you remain inconsistent, and inconsistency kills progress. But discipline is a fire that never goes out. You do what you must, whether you feel like it or not. You train your body, you train your mind, you train your actions. Let me share a story. There was once a young man who wanted to become strong. He admired warriors, leaders, and successful people. He saw their power, their confidence, and he wanted to be like them. So he went to a wise master and asked, "How can I become powerful like them?" The master smiled and said, "For the next 30 days, wake up before the sun, move your body with energy. Eat only what nourishes you. Speak only when necessary. Focus on what truly matters. Do this without fail." The young man thought it was too simple. Where was the secret? Where was the hidden knowledge? But he decided to follow the instructions. The first few days were difficult. His body wanted comfort. His mind resisted. His emotions pulled him in different directions. But he pushed through. After 1 week, he started feeling something new: clarity, strength, a sense of command over his own mind and body. After 1 month, he walked differently. He spoke differently. People looked at him with new respect. And he didn't even have to say a word. He had become powerful, not because of some magic trick, but because of discipline. You see, discipline is what turns ordinary people into extraordinary beings. It is not about punishing yourself. It is about building yourself. It is about creating a version of you that does not depend on external motivation. If you truly want to become powerful, try this for 1 week. Wake up at the same time every day. Early before the world starts moving. Eat with awareness, choosing food that fuels your energy, not drains it. Move your body with strength and purpose. Reduce distractions, social media, useless conversations, meaningless entertainment. Do what you said you would do, no matter how you feel. At first, your mind will fight back. Your body will resist. Your old habits will try to pull you back. But if you stay with it, if you push past the resistance, you will experience something most people never do: true power over yourself. And here is the secret. When you control yourself, you control everything around you. People will start listening when you speak. They will feel your presence before you even enter a room. They will sense that you are different, not because of what you wear, not because of what you say, but because of the silent power you carry. This is not a trick. This is not luck. This is discipline. And the best part, anyone can do it. You don't need wealth, you don't need connections, you don't need luck. You just need to take control of yourself. So the question is, are you ready? For 1 week, can you commit to discipline? Can you prove to yourself that you are more powerful than your excuses? If you can, then in just 7 days, you will start becoming unrecognizable. Not because of what you have gained, but because of what you have shed: weakness, hesitation, inconsistency. And once you taste this power, you will never want to go back. Every day you wake up and go about your life. You meet people, you talk, you react, you respond. But have you ever noticed, most people are not really present. Their minds are elsewhere, drifting between the past and the future. Even when they are in a conversation, they are not fully there. They are thinking about what to say next, about their worries, about their distractions. And because of this, their energy is weak. Their presence is forgettable. They walk through life like ghosts, physically here but mentally absent. Now let me ask you, when was the last time you met someone whose presence was so strong, so intense that you felt their energy the moment they walked into the room? Someone who, without saying much, had a powerful impact on everyone around them? People like this are rare, but when you meet them, you remember them. So what is the difference between these people and the rest? It is presence. Imagine this, you are talking to someone, but instead of just waiting for your turn to speak, you are fully there. You are listening not just to their words, but to their emotions, their energy, their body language. You are not rushing, not thinking about the next moment, but completely immersed in the now. What happens? The other person feels it. They feel respected, they feel understood, they feel drawn to you. And suddenly your words carry weight, your silence carries meaning, your energy becomes magnetic. Most people do not realize this, but presence is power. Think of a lion. A lion does not need to roar all the time. It does not need to prove anything. It just is. It walks with slow, deliberate movements. It looks with piercing awareness. And because of this, every creature around it feels its power. Now compare this to a small, restless animal, always moving, always chattering, always distracted. It makes noise, but nobody truly notices it. This is exactly what happens with people. The one who is fully present, fully aware, does not need to prove anything. Their energy speaks for them. But the one who is distracted, restless, always looking for attention, they are ignored. Let me give you an example. Imagine two men walk into a room. The first man is constantly checking his phone, looking around nervously, speaking too fast, trying too hard to impress people. His energy is scattered, weak. People may hear him, but they do not feel him. The second man, however, walks in slowly. He does not rush. He looks around not with nervousness, but with awareness. When he speaks, he takes his time. He listens deeply. His eyes, his posture, his movements, all are controlled. Who do you think commands more respect? Who do you think people are naturally drawn to? This is the power of presence. Now, how do you develop this? How do you make yourself into someone whose presence is undeniable? The first step is to slow down. Most people rush through life as if they are being chased. They eat fast, they speak fast, they move fast. But power does not exist in speed. It exists in deliberation. The next time you walk, walk with awareness. Feel each step. The next time you eat, taste each bite. The next time you speak, let your words come with purpose. When you slow down, something incredible happens. You become aware. You notice the small things, people's expressions, the energy in a room, the emotions behind words. And when you see more, you respond better. You become sharper, wiser, more powerful. The second step is to eliminate distractions. Your phone, your thoughts, your anxieties, these are constantly pulling you away from the present moment. If you are talking to someone but half of your mind is thinking about a text message, you are not truly there. And if you are not fully there, you are forgettable. For the next 7 days, I challenge you, when you are in a conversation, put your phone away. Give your full attention to the moment. Watch how people start reacting differently to you. Because when you give someone your full presence, they feel it. And in a world full of distractions, that is rare. That is powerful. The third step is to control your breath. Have you ever noticed what happens when you are nervous? Your breathing becomes shallow. Your voice becomes shaky. Your energy weakens. But when you breathe deeply, slowly, with control, everything about you changes. Your voice becomes deeper. Your body language becomes stronger. Your presence becomes undeniable. Before you enter a room, take a deep breath. Before you speak, pause for a moment. Control your breath and you control your energy. And finally, the fourth step is to trust silence. Weak people are afraid of silence. They feel the need to fill every moment with words, with noise. But the most powerful people do not fear silence, they own it. When you are speaking to someone, do not rush to fill the gaps. Let there be space between your words. Let people feel the weight of your presence, of your thoughts. And you will see people start leaning in. They start listening more closely. Because silence, when used correctly, is louder than words. So if you want to become powerful, if you want to become unrecognizable in just 1 week, start practicing presence. When you walk, walk fully. When you speak, speak with awareness. When you listen, listen deeply. And soon, without effort, without force, you will notice something. People will look at you differently. They will feel something different in you. They will not know exactly what it is, but they will sense it, your power, your depth, your presence. This is not magic. This is not luck. This is what happens when you stop living in your head and start living in the moment. Time. About a time when someone criticized you. Maybe they doubted your abilities, mocked your dreams, or told you that you were not good enough. What did you feel at that moment? Did you feel small, weak, or uncertain? Now, imagine this what if. Instead of feeling crushed by their words, you felt nothing. What if their negativity had no power over you? What if, instead of being affected, you simply smiled and kept moving forward? This is what it means to develop emotional resilience, the ability to remain unshaken, unbothered, and unaffected by the chaos of the world. Most people allow their emotions to control them. Someone says a rude word and their whole mood is ruined. They receive bad news and their confidence collapses. A small failure happens and they feel like quitting everything. But here's the truth: if your emotions control you, the world controls you. And if the world controls you, you will never be powerful. Let me give you an example. Imagine two men walking in a storm. One is weak. He is scared of the wind, the thunder, the rain. He complains, he shivers, he wishes for the storm to stop. The other man, however, stands tall. He does not fight the storm, nor does he fear it. He simply walks through it. The rain touches him, but it does not change his direction. The wind pushes him, but he keeps going forward. Who do you think reaches his destination? Life is the same. Challenges will come. Criticism will come. Disappointments will come. But if you react emotionally to every small difficulty, you will waste your energy. You will stop. You will hesitate. But if you control your emotions, you become unstoppable. Now, how do you develop this level of emotional strength? The first step is to stop reacting immediately. Most people react too fast. Someone insults them and they explode in anger. Something goes wrong and they panic. But power is in deliberate action, not impulsive reaction. The next time you feel anger rising, pause. The next time someone irritates you, do not respond immediately. Take a deep breath. Observe your emotions instead of becoming them. When you delay your reaction, you take control. You shift from being a victim of your emotions to being their master. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who wanted to become wise, so he went to a great master. He said, "Teach me how to remain strong no matter what happens." The master smiled and poured him a cup of tea. But instead of stopping, he kept pouring until the tea overflowed, spilling everywhere. The man jumped back and shouted, "Stop. The cup is full." The master nodded. "This is your mind. It is always overflowing with reactions, thoughts, and emotions. If you do not empty it, you cannot fill it with wisdom." The man understood. From that day forward, he stopped reacting instantly. He gave himself time to think, to breathe, to observe. And soon he became unshakable. Now think about your own life. How many times have you wasted energy reacting to things that did not deserve your attention? How many times have you let small things disturb your peace? The second step to emotional resilience is to expect resistance. Most people walk through life expecting things to be easy. They want success without struggle, love without conflict, and progress without challenges. But this is not how life works. The moment you decide to improve, life will test you. People will doubt you. Obstacles will appear. Challenges will come. And most people, when they face resistance, quit. They take it as a sign that they are not meant to succeed. But the truth is, resistance is a sign that you are growing. A tree that grows in a controlled environment without wind or storms will be weak. But a tree that faces strong winds develops deeper roots. You must become like that tree. So from today onwards, expect resistance. Expect challenges. Expect people to question you. But instead of feeling discouraged, smile. Because every challenge is strengthening you. Every difficulty is deepening your roots. The third step to becoming emotionally unshakable is to detach from opinions. Most people live for approval. They seek validation. They want to be liked. And because of this, they are easily controlled. If someone praises them, they feel happy. If someone criticizes them, they feel worthless. Their emotions rise and fall based on the opinions of others. But here is a secret: what people think of you is not your business. Let me tell you about the sun. It shines every single day. Some people enjoy its warmth. Others complain that it is too hot. Some hide from it. Some worship it. But does the sun care? Does it change itself based on people's opinions? No, it simply shines. You must be the same. Do not waste your energy trying to be liked. Do not let opinions control your emotions. Live with integrity, act with confidence, and let people think whatever they want. When you stop seeking approval, you gain real power. The fourth step is to practice stillness. If you want to be emotionally strong, you must spend time with yourself. Every day, take a few minutes to sit in silence. Observe your thoughts. Watch your emotions. Do not judge them. Just see them. This practice will make you stronger than anything else. Because once you understand your emotions, they lose their power over you. A person who cannot sit with themselves will always be restless. They will always seek distractions, entertainment, noise. But a person who can sit in stillness with complete awareness has conquered themselves. And remember, the one who has conquered themselves can conquer anything. So if you want to become truly powerful, start mastering your emotions. The world will test you, people will challenge you, obstacles will try to break you. But if you remain calm, if you remain centered, if you remain unshakable, nothing and no one can stop you. Think about this: how much of your day do you spend worrying about things that are outside your control? The weather, the economy, other people's opinions, what someone said about you last week, or what might happen next year. Most people waste an incredible amount of energy on things they cannot change. They stress, they overthink, they complain, they fear the worst. And in doing so, they weaken themselves. Now, let me ask you, have you ever seen a lion worrying about what other animals think of it? Have you ever seen an eagle hesitating before it flies, afraid that the wind might not support it? No. These creatures simply do what they are meant to do. They focus on what is within their control. This is exactly what you must learn if you want to become powerful. Let me tell you a story. There was once a warrior who lived in a village surrounded by mountains. One day, the village chief came to him in distress. "A great storm is coming," he said. "The villagers are scared. Some are crying, some are running, some are praying. What should we do?" The warrior did not panic. He simply asked, "Can we stop the storm?" The chief shook his head. "No." "Can we control where the wind blows?" "No." "Can we decide how much rain will fall?" "No." The warrior then asked, "What can we control?" The chief thought for a moment. "We can prepare. We can make our home stronger. We can gather food. We can protect each other." The warrior smiled. "Then that is where we put our focus. This is the lesson. You cannot control the storm, but you can prepare for it. You cannot control what others say, but you can control how you react. You cannot control every event in life, but you can control your actions, your mindset, your effort. Now, think about your own life. How many times have you wasted energy on things beyond your control? Maybe you sat there overthinking a problem that had no solution. Maybe you let someone else's negativity ruin your mood. Maybe you blamed the world for your struggles instead of taking action. But the truth is, real power comes from focus. If you spend your time focusing on things outside your control, you will always feel weak. But if you shift your focus to what you can control, suddenly you become strong. So let me give you a daily life example. Imagine two people stuck in traffic. The first person is furious. He honks his horn, curses at other drivers, checks his watch every 5 seconds. His stress level rises, but does his anger make the traffic move faster? No. The second person, however, understands that the traffic is outside his control. Instead of wasting energy, he turns on an audiobook, listens to a podcast, or simply enjoys the quiet moment. Both are in the same situation, but one is suffering while the other is using the moment to grow. This is how life works. The situation does not create your suffering, your reaction to the situation does. If you truly want to transform yourself, here is what you must do: train your mind to let go of the uncontrollable. When you find yourself worrying about what someone else thinks, stop and ask, can I control their thoughts? No. When you are angry about something that already happened, ask, can I change the past? No. When you are stressed about the future, ask, can I predict tomorrow with certainty? No. Then let it go. Instead, focus on what you can control. You can control your effort. If you are not where you want to be in life, do not complain, work harder. Train more. Improve your skills. Success is not given. It is built through action. You can control your reactions. If someone insults you, you do not have to get angry. If someone doubts you, you do not have to feel discouraged. Their words have no power unless you give them power. You can control your mindset. Some people see problems, others see opportunities. Some people see failure, others see lessons. Your perspective shapes your reality, and you can control your daily habits. Greatness is not one big moment, it is built in the small things you do every day. Wake up early, take care of your body, read, meditate, move with purpose. Now imagine this. Imagine that from this moment forward, you refuse to waste energy on things outside your control. Imagine that instead of getting emotional over problems, you become solution-focused. Instead of complaining about obstacles, you start overcoming them. Instead of fearing what might happen, you take action in the present. How powerful would you become? People would notice the shift in you. They would see that nothing shakes you, that no matter what happens, you remain calm, focused, and strong. Because when you stop fighting the uncontrollable and start mastering what is within your reach, you unlock something incredible: freedom. Freedom from stress, freedom from fear, freedom from the opinions of others. And in that freedom, you become truly unstoppable. Think about a time when you made a promise to yourself. Maybe you told yourself that you would wake up early, start exercising, read more, or finally begin working on your dream. But then, as days passed, something happened. You hit the snooze button. You skipped the workout. You told yourself just one more day, and suddenly weeks had passed. Why does this happen? Why do people fail to keep promises they make to themselves? The reason is simple: most people lack self-discipline. Without self-discipline, dreams remain dreams. Without self-discipline, talent is wasted. Without self-discipline, people live below their potential, making excuses instead of progress. But here's the truth: self-discipline is what separates the weak from the powerful. It is the foundation of every great achievement. It is the difference between those who talk and those who act. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who wanted to become a warrior. He went to a great master and said, "Teach me to be strong." The master gave him a simple task: wake up at sunrise and practice for 1 hour every day. The man was excited. He trained with enthusiasm for the first few days, but soon he began making excuses. "I am tired today. I will train harder tomorrow. Then it is too cold today. I will start again when the weather is better." A week later, he had already stopped. When he returned to the master expecting another lesson, the master shook his head. "You have failed already." The man was confused. "But I barely started." The master looked at him and said, "Discipline is not about doing something when you feel like it. It is about doing it even when you don't feel like it. If you wait for the right mood, you will never achieve anything." This is the reality. Most people fail not because they are weak, not because they lack intelligence, but because they lack the discipline to do what needs to be done, especially when they don't feel like it. Now think about your own life. How many times have you set a goal only to abandon it after a few days? How many times have you let your feelings decide your actions? But let me tell you something: discipline is a muscle. And like any muscle, it can be trained. The first step to developing discipline is to stop negotiating with yourself. Most people lose the battle in their own minds before they even take action. They say, "Maybe I should go to the gym, but I'm tired." Or, "I should work on my goals, but I don't feel like it right now." Here's the truth: your feelings do not matter. Discipline means doing what you said you would do, no matter how you feel. Whether you're tired, unmotivated, or uninspired, you do it anyway. Look at the most successful athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, or warriors. Do you think they always feel motivated? No, but they show up anyway. They put in the work when others quit. That is why they succeed. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine two people who want to get fit. The first one only goes to the gym when they feel motivated. If they are tired, they skip it. If they are busy, they postpone it. The second one, however, follows a strict schedule. It doesn't matter if they're tired. It doesn't matter if it's raining outside. They go anyway. Now 6 months later, who do you think is stronger? The answer is obvious. Success is built on consistency, not mood. The second step to mastering discipline is to create a non-negotiable routine. Most people rely on motivation, and that is why they fail. Motivation is temporary. Some days it is there, some days it is not. But discipline is built on routine. If something is truly important to you, schedule it like an appointment. Do not leave it to chance. Do not wait until you feel like it. Treat it like something sacred, something that must be done no matter what. For example, if you want to read every day, pick a specific time, maybe 30 minutes before bed. Make it a ritual. If you want to build a skill, schedule an hour every morning. If you want to become stronger, make your workout a fixed part of your day. Think about brushing your teeth. You do it every day, not because you are motivated, but because it is a habit. You don't even think about it. That is how your discipline should be. The third step to building discipline is to remove distractions. Most people fail not because they are lazy, but because they are distracted. Their environment is full of things that pull them away from their goals. Let me give you an example. Imagine you want to eat healthy, but your kitchen is full of junk food. Every time you pass by, temptation is there. Eventually, you will give in. Now imagine you remove all junk food from your house. You only keep fresh, healthy food. Suddenly, making the right choice becomes easier. Your environment should support your discipline, not work against it. If you want to focus, remove distractions. If you want to be productive, keep your space clean. If you want to wake up early, put your alarm far from your bed. Discipline is about making it easier to do the right thing and harder to do the wrong thing. Now, let me ask you, what is one area in your life where you need more discipline? Maybe it is your health. Maybe it is your work. Maybe it is your work. Maybe it is your mindset. Wherever it is, start today. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for the right time. The right time is now. Because here's the truth: your future is being built by the small choices you make every day. Every time you show discipline, you strengthen yourself. Every time you push through resistance, you become tougher. Every time you do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, you become powerful. And one day, people will look at you and wonder, how did they become so strong, so unstoppable? And the answer will be simple: you mastered discipline. Imagine walking into a room full of people. You see some standing confidently, their energy magnetic, others seem lost, hesitant, shrinking into the background. What makes the difference? It's self-belief. You see, most people go through life doubting themselves. They hesitate, second guess, and question their worth. When opportunities come, they think, am I good enough? When challenges arise, they think, what if I fail? But let me tell you something powerful. Self-belief is not something you are born with. It is something you build. No one is born confident. No one wakes up one day suddenly believing in themselves. It is a choice, a practice, a muscle that you strengthen over time. And once you build unshakable self-belief, you become unstoppable. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young man who dreamed of becoming a great artist. He spent hours painting every day, pouring his heart into his work. But no matter how much he improved, there was always a voice in his head whispering, you're not good enough. No one will care about your art. One day he showed his paintings to a famous mentor. The mentor studied his work and said, you have talent, but that is not enough. The young man was confused. What do you mean? The mentor smiled. If I were to give you the best brushes, the best paints, and the best canvas, would that make you a great artist? The young man hesitated. Well, it would help, but I would still need to practice and believe in my vision. The mentor nodded. Exactly. And the same is true for success. Talent, tools, and opportunity mean nothing if you do not believe in yourself. You are your greatest tool. If you doubt yourself, no amount of skill will save you. But if you believe in yourself, even with nothing, you will find a way. This is the truth. The world does not give confidence. You create it. So how do you build self-belief? The first step is to stop waiting for permission. Most people never achieve their dreams because they are waiting. Waiting for someone to tell them they are good enough. Waiting for the perfect moment. Waiting for the fear to disappear. But let me ask you, have you ever seen a lion asking for permission before it roars? Have you ever seen an eagle waiting for approval before it flies? No, nature does not wait, and neither should you. If you want to be powerful, stop waiting for someone to validate you. Stop waiting for the world to believe in you first. Believe in yourself first, and the world will follow. The second step is to act despite fear. Many people think that confident people are never afraid, but that is false. Fear is natural. It will always be there. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not the absence of fear, but the ability to move forward despite it. Imagine two people standing at the edge of a cliff, ready to jump into the water below. The first person looks down, feels the fear, and steps back. I can't do this, they say. The second person looks down, feels the same fear, but jumps anyway. Now, who do you think becomes stronger? Not the one who avoided the fear, the one who faced it. Every time you take action despite fear, you teach your mind a lesson. I can handle this. I am stronger than I think. And that is how belief is built, not by thinking about it, not by wishing for it, but by acting in the face of doubt. The third step is to change your inner dialogue. Most people speak to themselves with doubt, criticism, and negativity. They say things like, I'm not smart enough. I always fail. I'll never be successful. But imagine this, if someone spoke to your best friend that way, would you allow it? Then why do you allow it for yourself? Your words shape your reality. The way you talk to yourself becomes the way you see yourself. So starting today, change the script. When doubt creeps in, replace it with power. I am learning and proving every day. I have everything I need within me. I will find a way. It may feel strange at first, but over time, these words become your truth. The fourth step is to surround yourself with belief. Look around you. Who are the people in your life? Are they lifting you up or pulling you down? Are they filling you with confidence or with doubt? If you surround yourself with people who constantly criticize, who do not believe in themselves, who live in fear, you will absorb that energy. But if you surround yourself with people who push forward, who take risks, who believe in their potential, you will rise with them. Your environment shapes your belief. Choose it wisely. Now, let me ask you, what would your life look like if you truly believed in yourself? What if from this moment forward you decided to never doubt yourself again? Imagine walking into any situation with unshakable confidence. Imagine taking every opportunity without hesitation. Imagine facing every challenge with the certainty that you will find a way. How powerful would you become? Because here's the secret, you already have everything you need. The only thing stopping you is the story you tell yourself. Change the story, and you change your destiny. So go out there. Stop waiting. Stop hesitating. Start believing. And watch how the world changes in response. Think of a time when you made a decision that you knew was right, but the people around you doubted you. Maybe you wanted to start a new habit, pursue a new career, or take a risk. But everyone told you, it's too hard, you're not ready, or what if you fail? At that moment, you had two choices: listen to them or trust yourself. Most people, unfortunately, choose the first option. They let the voices of others overpower their own. They let doubt creep in and weaken their resolve, and that is why they remain stuck. The truth is, if you want to become powerful and unrecognizable in just 1 week, you must learn to trust yourself more than anyone else. You see, the world is full of opinions. People will always have something to say, whether you succeed, fail, try something new, or stay the same. If you live your life trying to please everyone, you will end up pleasing no one, including yourself. Let me tell you a story. There was once a young boy who had a dream of becoming a musician. He would spend hours practicing, lost in his own world of melodies. But every time he played in front of others, they laughed. Music is not a real career, they said. You're wasting your time. You should do something more practical. For a moment, he felt small. He started questioning himself. Maybe they are right. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I should stop. But then he made a decision. Instead of listening to their doubts, he listened to himself. He trusted his passion, his effort, and his vision. Years later, he became a world-renowned musician, playing in front of thousands. The same people who once doubted him now admired him. This is what happens when you trust yourself. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack self-trust. They seek constant validation. They hesitate, waiting for someone to give them permission to go after what they want. But let me tell you something, no one knows your potential better than you. No one has lived your life. No one feels the fire inside you. No one can see what you see. If you want to become truly powerful, you must stop seeking approval and start trusting your own instincts. How do you do this? The first step is to silence the noise. From the moment you wake up, the world is shouting at you. Social media, news, family, friends, colleagues, everyone has an opinion. Everyone has expectations. If you constantly listen to everything around you, your own voice will get lost. Take a moment every day to sit in silence. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? What feels right to me? When you remove the noise, you can finally hear your own truth. The second step is to take action without waiting for certainty. Most people want a guarantee before they take a step. They want to know they will succeed before they try. But life does not work that way. Think about a baby learning to walk. Do they wait until they are 100% sure they won't fall? No, they take a step, stumble, get up and try again. That is how growth happens. The same applies to your life. You will never feel completely ready. There will always be doubts. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is that successful people take action anyway. The third step is to understand that people's opinions are just reflections of their own limitations. When someone tells you that you can't do something, it has nothing to do with you. It is a reflection of their fears, their failures, and their insecurities. Imagine you tell someone that you want to start a business, and they say, that's too risky. Are they really talking about you, or are they talking about themselves, their own fear of failure, their own past mistakes, their own doubts? Once you realize this, you stop taking people's negativity personally. You stop letting their fears dictate your choices. The fourth step is to build a track record of trusting yourself. Every time you listen to your own voice and take action, you strengthen your self-trust. Start small. Make a decision for yourself and follow through. Prove to yourself that your instincts are right. The more you do this, the more confidence you build. One day you will reach a point where other people's opinions no longer shake you, because you will have built unshakable trust in yourself. So let me ask you, how many times have you ignored your own instincts because of what others said? How many times have you held back because you were afraid of judgment? Now imagine a life where you trust yourself completely. Imagine waking up every day with clarity, knowing exactly what you want and pursuing it without hesitation. Imagine making decisions with certainty, not needing validation from anyone. Imagine becoming so powerful that nothing, not doubt, not fear, not the opinions of others can stop you. That is the life waiting for you. And it all begins with one simple shift: stop listening to them. Start trusting yourself. Imagine standing at the edge of a vast ocean, waves crashing before you. You want to cross to the other side, where your dreams, your success, and your transformation await. But instead of stepping forward, you stand still, hesitating, questioning, analyzing every possible outcome. This is where most people remain stuck, not because they lack ability, not because they lack intelligence, but because they hesitate. Hesitation is the silent killer of success. It whispers doubts into your mind, convinces you to wait for the perfect moment, and holds you captive in a cycle of overthinking. But let me tell you something, there is no perfect moment. The right time is always now. Think about fire. If you hesitate too long before lighting it, the flame never appears. But the moment you strike the match and commit, the fire ignites. That is how life works. Those who hesitate, who wait for certainty, who overthink every move, they remain stuck in the same place year after year. But those who act, who step forward despite fear, who embrace the unknown, these are the people who change their lives. Let me tell you a story. There was once a man who had two choices. He had spent years in a comfortable but unfulfilling job. Every day he dreamed of starting his own business. He had ideas, plans, and passion. But every time he thought of making the leap, hesitation gripped him. What if I fail? What if it's not the right time? What if I'm not ready? So he waited. Days turned into months. Months turned into years. One day he met an old friend who had started his own business years ago. The friend was thriving, successful, and living his dream. The man asked him, "How did you know it was the right time?" The friend smiled and said, "I didn't. I just started." That was the difference. Hesitation had kept the man trapped in the same place, while his friend, who had no more certainty than him, had taken action and moved forward. The lesson: the only way to know if something will work is to do it. Think about how children learn to walk. Do they analyze the perfect way to take their first step? Do they sit in one place waiting until they are sure they won't fall? No. They stand up, they take a step, they stumble, and they try again. That is how they learn. That is how they grow. But as we grow older, we start thinking too much. We become afraid of making mistakes, afraid of failure, afraid of what others will think. And that fear makes us hesitate. But let me ask you, what has hesitation ever given you? Has it ever made you stronger? Has it ever helped you grow? Has it ever created success? No. It has only delayed your progress. Now, imagine if you had taken action on every idea, every opportunity, every instinct you've ever had. Imagine where you would be right now if you had started a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not intelligence, not talent, not luck, it is action. So how do you break free from hesitation? The first step is to stop overthinking. Most people hesitate because they try to predict every possible outcome. But life does not work that way. No amount of thinking will ever give you certainty. The only way to learn is through action. If you want to get stronger, you don't sit and think about lifting weights, you go to the gym and start lifting. If you want to learn a skill, you don't spend months researching the best way, you start practicing. If you want to change your life, you don't wait for everything to be perfect, you take the first step. The second step is to set a deadline for your decisions. When you give yourself unlimited time to make a decision, hesitation creeps in. Instead, set a rule for yourself. If the decision is small, make it in 5 seconds. If the decision is medium, make it in 5 minutes. If the decision is big, make it in 5 days. When you shorten the time you allow yourself to hesitate, you train your mind to take action. The third step is to practice immediate action. Right now, think of something you've been hesitating on. Maybe it's a conversation you need to have, a project you want to start, or a change you've been postponing. Decide right now to take the first step immediately. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. Send the message, make the call, start the project. Do something, no matter how small. Because once you take the first step, momentum takes over. Action leads to more action. And before you know it, hesitation disappears. The fourth step is to embrace imperfection. One of the biggest reasons people hesitate is because they want everything to be perfect before they start. But let me tell you a secret: perfection does not exist. No successful person started with everything figured out. They started messy, they started uncertain, they started with doubts, but they started. And that is the only thing that matters. So let me ask you, what is hesitation costing you? How many dreams have you delayed? How many opportunities have you missed? How much time have you lost because you were waiting for the perfect moment? Now, imagine if you decided right now to never hesitate again. Imagine if you became the kind of person who sees an opportunity and takes it, who feels fear but moves forward anyway, who stops overthinking and starts doing. How powerful would you become? Because the truth is, your power does not come from waiting. It comes from action. So stop hesitating. Stop waiting. Stop overthinking. Strike the match. Light the fire. Take the step. And watch how your life transforms before your eyes.